Cadbury ruined this chocolate and nobody stopped them. That dairy milk bar tastes different, not dramatically, just slightly off, slightly sweeter, slightly cheaper. You're not imagining it. We examined the Cadbury recipe before and after the Mondelez takeover, tracked the ingredient changes, and compared what British families are eating today versus what they ate 30 years ago. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what was taken from you and who profited from it. For generations, Cadbury meant something, not just chocolate, something more than that. Founded in Birmingham in 1824 by John Cadbury, a Quaker family, a British institution. Bourneville, the factory village built for workers, housing, schools, recreation grounds, a company that believed business had a responsibility beyond profit. For 186 years, Cadbury remained British. The chocolate was different then, richer, creamier, more cocoa, more milk, less sugar. British families grew up with it. Christmas selection boxes, Easter eggs, roses tins at every family gathering. It was not just confectionery, it was part of British life. And then in 2010, everything changed. In January 2010, Kraft Foods, an American corporation, completed a hostile takeover of Cadbury. The British public was furious. Workers protested, politicians complained, the trade unions fought it, nobody stopped it. Kraft paid £11.9 billion. Within weeks, Kraft broke its promise to keep the Somerdale factory open. 700 jobs went, the factory closed. Production moved to Poland. Then in 2012, Kraft renamed its confectionery division Mondelez International. A new name, a new strategy, the same goal. Extract maximum profit from the brands people already trust. Cadbury was now owned by a company whose shareholders had never tasted a British chocolate bar in their lives. And the recipe was about to change. Let us be specific about what Mondelez actually did. The original Cadbury dairy milk recipe prioritised milk content. More fresh milk, more cocoa butter, a higher ratio of milk solids to sugar. That is what created the melt, that smooth, soft texture British people remember. After the takeover, several things shifted. The cocoa butter content was quietly reduced. Vegetable fat stepped in as a partial replacement. The sugar ratio increased. Sweeter, cheaper to produce. The milk solid percentage dropped. Less actual dairy, more filler. None of this was announced, no press release, no apology campaign, just a slightly different bar, on the same shelf, in the same purple wrapper, and when people complained, the response was always the same. The recipe has not changed. You are just remembering it differently. You are not remembering it differently. The bar got cheaper to make, and the saving went straight to shareholders. Now let us talk about the Creme Egg, because this is where Mondelez got caught. The original Cadbury Creme Egg used dairy milk chocolate for the shell. In January 2015, Mondelez quietly switched the shell to a cheaper cocoa mix blend. Not dairy milk, a different product entirely. When journalists noticed and reported it, Mondelez confirmed the change. The British public was outraged. Cadbury called it a standard recipe review. But here is what actually happened. They took one of the most iconic confectionery products in British history. They made it cheaper, and they hoped nobody would notice. Millions noticed, and then Mondelez made it worse. The cream egg pack dropped from 6 eggs to 5. Same price, 1 egg missing. But the Creme Egg is just the beginning. What Mondelez did to the rest of the Cadbury range is far more systematic, far more calculated. Before we continue, take a second to subscribe and hit like. It helps push this investigation to the people who need to see it. Let us keep going. Let us go through the shrinkflation timeline. Cadbury Rose's tin used to be 850 grams. It dropped to 720 grams, then to 650 grams. Same tin, same price. A third less chocolate. Cadbury Heroes, fewer sweets, same bag size, same price. Cadbury Dairy Milk Bar, 200 grams became 180 grams. The 4-finger shape was redesigned with deeper grooves. Not for aesthetics. To use less chocolate per bar. Cadbury Freddo used to cost 10 pence in the 1990s. The same Freddo now costs 30 pence, and the bar is smaller than it was then. Each change was small, each change was quiet. But across the entire range over 15 years, British families have been paying more and getting significantly less. And every saving went back to Mondelez shareholders. Now let us look at ingredients more closely. Modern Cadbury products contain palm oil across several lines, including biscuits, chocolate fingers, and some confectionery coatings. Palm oil is cheap. It extends shelf life. It maintains texture at room temperature. It also drives deforestation across Indonesia and Malaysia. Habitat destruction. Orangutan populations collapsing. Mondelez has sustainability pledges around palm oil sourcing, but pledges and practice are very different things. The original Cadbury philosophy, built on Quaker values, would not have recognised a world where profit from cheap vegetable fat outweighed environmental consequence. John Cadbury built Bourneville because he believed workers deserved better. His descendants no longer own the company, and the values left with them. Here is the most sophisticated part of what Mondelez does. They do not deny changes, they simply reframe them. When the cream egg recipe changed, it was a standard recipe review. When pack sizes shrank, it was in response to changing consumer preferences. When prices rose, it was due to global ingredient costs. Every corporate statement is technically defensible. None of them address the central truth. Cadbury products are cheaper to make now than they were in 2009, and they cost more to buy. British shoppers are paying premium prices for an inferior product made by a company that views Cadbury as an asset to extract value from. Not a heritage brand to protect, not a British institution to honour. An asset on a balance sheet in Illinois. But here is what should truly concern you. Cadbury is not the only British food brand that was sold, changed, and quietly downgraded. Stay with me. Cadbury is not an isolated case. Rowntrees, founded in York, now owned by Nestlé, Kit Kat, Aero, Smarties, all reformulated over the years. Walker's Crisps, owned by PepsiCo since 1989. Portion sizes reduced, flavours quietly altered. McVitie's, owned by Pledis, a Turkish-American conglomerate. Digestive recipe changed, palm oil replacing butter. Birdseye, originally British. Now owned by Nomad Foods, a pan-European private equity operation. The pattern is always the same. Trusted British brand built over generations, sold to a multinational. Recipe quietly changed, pack sizes reduced, prices increased. The branding stays British, the ownership, the decisions, and the profits do not. So what chocolate is actually worth your money? Hotel chocolate, British owned. Higher cocoa content, fewer additives, more expensive, but genuinely better quality. Montezuma's, British independent, organic options, real ingredients, worth finding. Tony's Chocolonely, Dutch brand, ethical cocoa sourcing, fully traceable. Available in most UK supermarkets now. If you want something closer to what Cadbury used to be, look for higher cocoa content bars. Look for cocoa butter in the ingredients rather than vegetable fat. Look for less sugar. The original Cadbury formula still exists in spirit, just not under the Cadbury name anymore. The Cadbury you grew up with no longer exists. The recipe changed, the ownership changed, the values changed. What remains is the purple wrapper, the dairy milk font, the brand memory that Mondelez inherited and has been spending down ever since. British families buy Cadbury because they trust it, because their parents bought it, because it feels like home. Mondelez knows this, that inherited trust is the most valuable thing they purchased in 2010. More valuable than any factory, more valuable than any recipe, and they have been spending it down. Slowly, quietly, for 15 years. Less cocoa butter, more sugar. Smaller packs, higher prices, each change small enough to deny, large enough to matter. You were not imagining it, the BR does taste different, and now you know exactly why. Because if this is what happened to Cadbury, what do you think happened to Rowntrees, to McVitie's, to every British food brand sold to a multinational in the last 30 years? The corporate takeover scandal is bigger, hidden, deeper. We're investigating next. Subscribe for more British food exposes. Turn on notifications. The next investigation drops soon. And trust us, you need to see what we found. Comment below. Do you remember what Cadbury used to taste like? Can you still taste the difference? And will you switch brands after watching this? Thanks for watching. Stay informed.